Okay, so what we have here is an equation that has an x term on both sides of the equal sign. So we can see we have 6x on the left hand side and 3x on the right hand side. So we need to be able to handle and solve these equations to find out what the value of x is. So how do we go about doing that? Well, the first thing that we need to do is we need to bring the x values over to the left hand side. Okay, so any x values that are on the right hand side, we need to bring them over to the left hand side. So how do we do that? Well, what we do is we think about, okay, what do I have to do to this term in order to bring it over here to this side? So for example, like what do I have to do to this guy in order to bring it over here? So this is 3x. So what I want to do is it's plus 3x. So I want to minus 3x from the right hand side, and that will get rid of it on the right hand side. And then if I minus 3x on the left hand side, that's bringing it over here. So let's think about that. Okay, so in order to get this over to the left hand side, I have to minus 3x. Or get rid of it from the right hand side. If I get rid of it, if I minus 3x on the right hand side, because there's an equal sign here, I have to do exactly the same on the left hand side. So minus 3x. So what's going to happen is these two here will cancel out, and we'll be left with, so 6x minus 3x is equal to 3x plus 2 is equal to, so 3x minus 3x is just going to be 0, so it's equal to 5. So what we've done is we've taken this x value here on the right hand side and we've brought it over to the left hand side. So now we have just a linear equation, and we can just solve this the same way we solve all linear equations. So again, we want to get rid of all the numbers around x, starting with the ones furthest away. So in this case, it's plus 2. So I have to minus 2 from here, and I have to minus 2 from here. Okay, whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other. So plus 2 minus 2 will cancel out, and I'll be left with 3x is equal to 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3. Now, if I look at this, so I have, this is 3 multiplied by the value of x, so this is multiplication. So I have to do the opposite of multiplication to get rid of this 3. I have to divide this side by 3. So I divide this side by 3, and whatever I do on the left hand side, I have to do the same on the right hand side as well. I divide this by 3. So these will cancel out, so 3x, so the 3's will cancel out, and I'll just be left with x is equal to 3 divided by 3, which is equal to 1. So what I've done is I've worked out that the value of x is equal to 1. So that's it really. So that's how, when you have equations that have letters or variables on both sides, you bring all the variables over to the left hand side and then you solve for x.